It's like a back rub on the bus from a complete stranger.
Oh.
Laser Stories.
Hello.
The segment where we read weird news stories from around the globe, just like every other radio show does, except we have a laser, and those other numbskulls don't. This first laser story is out of Richmond, Minnesota. A 33-year-old guy named Kenneth Schutz Jr. got pulled over last week. He had a revoked license plus some drugs on him, so he took off running. And he actually got away from the cops.
That never happens.
Wow.
There was just one big problem. It was minus 8 degrees outside.
Oh, no.
And Kenneth chose to run into a swamp to hide.
Oh, not smart.
Well, Kenneth, you've made some better choices in life.
So less than 10 minutes later, Kenneth wound up calling the authorities to save himself.
Oh,
He
it makes
said
me
he-
sad. Kenneth doesn't have one buddy that will come get him out of the swamp?
Yeah.
Said he couldn't feel his legs in the cold, so he couldn't walk, and he needed them to rescue him.
Wow.
The police then tracked him down in the frozen swamp and took him to the hospital. Once he got all the feeling back in his legs, they let him just walk free. They
Yeah,
Good.
right.
We're happy you survived.
Yeah,
he was
sure.
arrested, and Kenneth thanked the police and promised to stay out of trouble, at least until the spring.
Till the weather warms up.
This next laser story is out of Casper, Wyoming. A 29-year-old woman named Katie Bridges loves playing the lottery. And recently, Katie was going into labor with her second child. So when she was admitted to the hospital, she requested the doctors turn on the news so she could see the winning Powerball numbers.
Oh,
Well, you know what?
dedication.
Priorities in life.
So shortly after, as Katie was pushing, she found out that she matched 4 out of 5 numbers plus the
Shut
Powerball.
That's really good.
No, that was actually her screaming.
So
The only person that had a moment of enjoying childbirth.
she just missed the jackpot by 1 number.
Yeah.
Oh no, what is it? Do you still win?
I think you do, yeah.
Yeah, 50 grand.
Whoa!
Still won $50,000. And her husband, Katie and her husband say they will put the money towards a new house that they recently purchased.
Aw,
Awesome.
that's
As
great.
for the healthy baby girl, a few nurses suggested that she named the baby Lucky.
Yeah, I hope she didn't.
Or just money, cash.
Yeah.
Powerball.
Yeah, or Powerball. That's a good name.
Again, all this. We don't have to be so literal, guys.
This next laser story is out of Washington City, Utah. The other day, a guy named Brandon Clough was driving his pickup truck, drunk, on a normal afternoon. And because he was drunk, he crashed into a parked minivan.
Don't drive drunk, people.
Brandon's right front tire went flying off after the accident, but he kept driving on 3 wheels.
Oh, that's good, Brandon. Just keep going, man.
Eventually, he stopped in front of a house, and since he knew the cops were on their way, he asked the people outside to help cover up for him.
He seems so calm about this
Right.
situation.
Okay, so here's the kind of drunk. Can you cover up the story for me? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm guessing they said no.
Didn't want to cover up for drunk driving or the crash, though. Apparently, Brandon wasn't too worried about that. He asked the people not to tell the cops that he was texting and driving.
Ooh. Don't let them know.
I don't know if you know this, but the police frown on texting and driving. So if you could tell them, that I wasn't texting and driving, I appreciate it.
I was
I remember
wearing my
he's
seatbelt.
driving a car without a wheel. Am I remembering this right?
Yeah, but he's not texting
yeah,
and driving.
nobody's gonna notice.
And I guess they didn't, or the cops had more important crimes to worry about because Brandon was charged with a DUI, improper lane changing, and drug possession, but
Oh.
no texting and driving.
Yay!
Yeah.
Way to not snitch.
You
Yeah.
won.
This next laser story is out of Orem, Utah. A guy named Sosifa Loloha broke into a police department early last weekend by throwing 2 empty vodka bottles through a glass door.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Wow.
After he got inside, Sosifa sat down on the floor and started meditating.
Oh. I didn't expect that from him.
He meditated until authorities showed up in the lobby to arrest him.
Why?
So he wanted to
Wait,
be arrested?
he broke into the police department to meditate?
The building was locked up for the night, but apparently several cops were still there doing paperwork, so he was found pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sosifa admitted that he drank both bottles of vodka before chucking them through the glass doors, and that he was just there looking for Jesus.
I
Double
see.
rainbow. Oh my God.
And was Jesus there?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm not sure. Maybe he was at another police station. I
Yeah.
don't know. His pupils were dilated and he wouldn't stop sweating. Cops think think that he was also on drugs. According to police, he got pretty upset with them for interrupting his meditation session.
Oh,
Of course,
Oh, yeah.
you come out of meditation too early, it could cause all sorts of things,
Dude, he was
mood-wise.
he was
Chakra could just be totally ruined.
he was zen, man.
But still, it's not clear why he wanted to meditate in the lobby of the police department. But he walked right by a doorbell, so he didn't even really need to break in. He could have just rang the
Rang the
doorbell and said,
doorbell.
Excuse
"Is Jesus inside?"
Yeah.
No? Okay, I'll go on my way. He's now facing charges for criminal mischief, criminal trespass, and, of course, drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know what he's gonna do in his prison cell? Meditate.
Yeah,
you
he's
go.
got a while.
He'll be
He's got
fine.
got a while to be alone and meditate.
Yep.
This next laser story is out of Indiana. A new study out of Purdue University found that people are the happiest when they make between $60,000 and $75,000 a year.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, really?
I always question these studies. Like, does that work for everybody? Like, if you live in New York City and you only make that much money, that's not very much.
That's different.
You
Right?
can't even have a house. You can't even have an apartment.
No.
No.
You got to sleep on the street.
Yeah,
The homeless people there make more than the median income in the
exactly.
country.
He's like, I only make
Yeah.
200,000.
That's
I
why I
can't
got to live
afford
in a
an
tent.
apartment.
Yeah.
That does line up with the other studies that have also found that in the past that $60,000 to $75,000 a year is the money you need to be the happiest. But these researchers took it further and they wanted to see how much money it took for people to feel more happy. More happy.
Okay.
So after all their research, it turns out that when people felt like they'd achieved all their financial goals and believe they are successful, that's when they make about $95,000 a year.
So
Again,
the
unless you're
studies-
living in New York City because
Yeah.
you're still eating out of a trash can.
But why aren't they just saying $95,000 is where you're the happiest?
Well, wouldn't
I
more be
more
going?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that would
Exactly.
be happier than happy, but I have no idea. Researchers also found that when people made more than that, it actually made them less satisfied because they started wanting nicer things that they really couldn't afford.
Yeah, well, Notorious B.I.G. told us from the beginning.
Well, and I feel like people that make so like a crazy amount of money are less happy because they have harder jobs. They're like doctors and lawyers, or more stressed out.
Or
right?
Instagram famous.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
But it's like if you make $1 million, you have a lot of money, but you can't buy that 150-foot yacht and helicopters. So you look at the people that are billionaires,
So
like,
you're- yeah.
it's always you want more
Got
when you
it.
have more money, I guess. And they compare themselves to richer people. That's why they're sad.
So they're
Oh,
not as-
see? You get more materialistic.
I'm broke, so I'm
Yeah,
super
look at
happy.
that. That's why you laugh so much.
This next laser story is out of the world of games.
Yay!
Scientists recently talked to nearly 4,000 people about the game Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Oh, this is a good one.
And they specifically asked what they like to throw first when they play that game.
Interesting.
Rock first, always rock
Really?
first.
I'm a
Yep.
paper person, which means I'll beat you every time.
57% said they're not sure, or they change it every time, but the other 43% said they do have certain tendencies. 21% say they usually throw a rock first,
There you go.
13% said scissors, and just 9% throw paper first.
Yeah, see? The paper are the winners out
It's
there.
like a counterattack.
Yep, that means paper is your best bet because
Yeah.
it beats rock.
Kapuya! Kapuya!
And
I'll always beat you,
Dang
Jose.
it.
scissors is the worst thing to throw because rock beats scissors, and most people don't throw paper 1st. They're probably throwing a rock, and then you're losing, and then you're shamed.
Why do I feel like such a champion right now for being the paper girl? I really do. I'm really proud of myself.
The survey didn't ask about what people throw on their second and third throws, so if you're doing best out of 3, you're on your own. There's no research to help you right now.
Oh no.
But all we know is throwing paper right out of the gate gives you the best odds of
Hey,
winning.
you better stick to one and done then.
Until people read this study, and then everybody's throwing paper first, so you might as well throw scissors.
I'm gonna start throwing
See?
scissors now.
The whole thing's
exactly.
messed up. I don't know. I won't be competing in the rock paper scissors championship this year.
Oh,
That's too bad.
man, We were all really
the
hoping.
survey just ruined
Yeah.
everything for me. I know who will though. This guy, for sure. He's throwing something else first though.
Oh yeah, he is.
That's the sound of a turtle humping a shoe, which means that Laser Stories has come to an end for the day. We'll do it again, same time on Monday.